Feel incredible!
It's not a cartoon. It's anime. Yes. Welcome to another episode of AnimeSHUN. The squad is back. Thank you for joining us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And yeah, we're sticking with this Kuroko no basket.
The basketball
in which
Kuroko plays.
Kuroko.
And yeah, this is man, we're watching.
Yes, we sure are.
Yep. This is Brennan's
We're
favorite
watching.
show.
Hey, I'm gonna say this right out the gate. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna say this shit. Yo, fans. Yeah, looking like y'all about to go 0-2.
0-2, yikes.
Y'all about to go 0-2 in this bitch.
0-2.
We gave y'all the opportunity to vote. This ain't us picking. Why we put it out there. I even gave y'all extra time to vote. Y'all picked this.
Yep.
For whatever reason y'all picked this for.
And we had a debate before we put it out there. We was like, hey, should we give them some shows to pick from? And he was like, no, let's just have them pick, and then we narrow it down from there. So y'all had it from start to finish. Y'all had total control.
Picked Rob, I remember Rob saying, like, yo, we should probably give them four animes to choose from, and they can go from there, which I thought was a cool idea, but I was like, I didn't want to limit them.
Right, I get that.
Yeah. And so out of the hundreds or thousands of anime y'all could have chose from,
Kuroko no basket.
Kuroko.
and it's got the majority. It wasn't like it was like, yo, with this in like no Ippo or whatever it was called, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Ippo or whatever. Those two right there, it wasn't even close between anything else.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close.
Somebody said One Piece.
One Piece was like probably fourth.
I'd rather die.
Okay.
Yeah. But we would have picked the arc specifically.
Yeah,
Wouldn't have been the whole thing.
Yeah,
Would've been too much.
0-2 in this.
I would have just not came.
Yo.
We're going to be doing One Piece from
forever.
for the rest of the podcast.
One Piece Shun. That's the fuck the show is going to be called.
20 episodes a week.
Jesus.
Oh, golly. So, yeah, we're back with episodes 11 through 15.
Yeah.
And y'all want to jump into it?
Yeah, let's go for it. I'm probably going to miss some stuff because
Who cares?
Yeah.
Right, at this point.
Right. So, this episode starts off as Siren is playing in the championship game of their bracket, and they're up against Shutoku and Midorima, one of the other generation of miracle players, the guy with the limitless range, which we get to see in this stretch of episodes. And the way that Kuroko and Kagami have found a way to get past that is they're using these super fast breaks where, like, basically Kuroko just chucks it full court down to Kagami on the other end and
Like
he slams it
cherry
in.
picking type stuff.
Yeah, definitely cherry picking type stuff. But that's the only way that they can manage to get past, Midorima, who's a pretty good defensive player as well as a shooter.
Yeah.
But that's not the only weapon they have. They've got Shutoku's got some other guys on their team, some senior players of their own. They've got this guy Takao, who's got more than just eagle eye. He's got Hawkeye vision.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
He could see the whole court, including Kuroko. So I mean, Kuroko's kind of been he's become very ineffective in this game very quickly.
He got shut down.
Yeah.
To a point.
And I appreciated that.
Yeah, because it's like you really haven't seen the 40-minute thing come up since that first game or two.
I feel like they forgot about it as
I
writers.
think,
I think they wrote it as a weakness, and they were just like, all right, that was kind of whack.
Well, it's like they got to have limits on the powers if they're the good guys team, but where fucking Midorima can shoot full court threes all game. It doesn't matter.
So crazy.
But Brendan, I don't think you said a word.
Yes.
Yes. Brendan is here.
Did you even power up with us?
Yeah. I powered up. Yeah.
Barely.
Brennan is not fucking with this anime. We walked in and he was watching the last episode. He is not feeling
He on
this.
the couch like, man, fuck this.
No, I've had a lot of thoughts from what you guys have been saying so far today, and I've been wanting to say a lot of things, and I'm just like, I'm so uninspired by this show. Like, I just don't have shit to say.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
I mean, the thing is, I think a lot of the thoughts what I was gonna do is save a lot of my thoughts for after we get through it.
Okay.
Because they're just questions that I find generally interesting, but don't directly have to do with the plot.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm gonna wait, and then I was just like, and then everything I said was negative. Everything I was thinking was negative as shit.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm not in the mood to be super negative right now, and I don't got nothing nice to say about this show.
I think it is too. Is at least, and that's not trying to shine a turd, but at least with Goblin Slayer and Gangsta and all the couple other shows that were kind of whack,
It was fun to make fun of them.
Yeah, we had strong opinions, but it's like this is just like the consistency of mediocrity for this show is just like it's hard to talk about.
There is one thing I was going to say earlier is that when you're talking about the pick from the fans and why the fans picked this show, I think I understand how this may have happened. I have a theory.
Well, they said it. They probably said what you're going to say, but go ahead and say it.
Yeah, I don't know what they said, but my theory is that before we got this picked or we did the thing, it's like I had seen scenes from the show. Like people would send them to me occasionally, or I'll just see them somewhere on the internet where there's just like the scenes of them on the court, like where you see like the powers activating or whatever. And if you just watch those standalone individual like tiny like 30-second cuts of this show, it's really intense. It looks cool, and it's basketball.
Yeah.
So it fits like, like there's a bunch of black dudes, except for Rob, out here doing this anime show who obviously like basketball. And there's a show that looks like it's cool from basketball. We saw these clips. Maybe it's something they're going to want to see. That is like my most optimistic way of viewing this. Because otherwise, I'm like, if y'all watch this shit.
I think they just want to fuck with us.
Well, maybe that.
I think that's definitely part of
it.
it.
They could be trolling, which I'm like, I'm not mad at that.
They said there were some. I can't sit there and say every vote was a troll. But some of the votes were trolls on purpose. They literally said it on the comment section, like, I want y'all to review this because it's so bad. It's going to be so hilarious. Because I forgot, they love.
Y'all some assholes, though. Like, y'all realize the work we have to put in? Like, I have to watch 25 episodes of this shit. While I'm watching
weeks of this.
And I'm still watching all my other anime.
Exactly,
I'm still working.
Yep.
It's like, and we don't do it until the day before.
But my whole thing is just not as bad as I think they anticipated it to be. Like, it's bad, but it's mediocre. Like, so then it's like it's hard to formulate opinions about something that's so average.
I mean, for me, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm having fun watching this a little bit.
All right.
I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I kind of agree with Ice. It's like it's funny. Like, there are moments that genuinely make me laugh, but the rest of it is so mediocre and just doesn't really keep me interested. But at the end of it, like, I turn off episode 5 and then I took extensive notes because I turn off episode 5 and it's all gone. Like, I don't remember any of it.
Exactly.
It's not
because
memorable.
like nothing happened. It's just the same shit that happened the last 5 episodes happened this 5 episodes.
Well, I mean,
it's very repetitive.
I mean, and that's my biggest gripe with this show is that they're trying to turn a basketball game into a shonen anime.
Right.
It is not that.
I heard Slam Dunk is really good though.
I don't know.
That's like
But I'm just saying my taste for basketball anime at this point is
that I wouldn't even give Slam Dunk a try just because off of this.
I gotta watch the Slam Dunk the trailer, but for this right here, the way this is going, the reason why I'm saying it, I've had fun because it's like literally fun, kind of like roasting it while it's playing. So it's not like I'm like, oh, man.
So you never said that about Gangsta. You never said that about Demon Slayer
because those were
Goblin Slayer. Thank you.
Here's the thing.
Thank you.
Gangsta,
huge correction.
Huge
correction. Thank you.
Goblin Slayer and
I have fun reviewing Goblin Slayer. I'm not gonna lie. That was fun
at times, but for me, Gangsta, I feel like it took itself more serious, so that's why I was watching it. I feel like this show particularly is so over the top because it's supposed to be regular people playing sports.
Goblin rape.
And that's just not funny to me, dog. Like
I didn't say it was funny. I said it was fun to review it though because it's just like
it was so absurd.
Who knew that was coming? You know what I'm saying? Like
him getting fucking smoked. Like that was the highlight of the show when he fought other people.
He got lit. But that's what I'm saying. Like we had stuff to talk about. Like that's my point. Is like you're like, oh, I'm having fun roasting this. It's more fun to roast Goblin Slayer when he gets put against the wall.
I'm not saying
it's more fun to get roasted people like for making light of Goblin
like
rape.
he turned up. He was like, I need potions. Like that's still one of my favorite snippets is when he was talking about the Goblin Slayer getting fucked up. Like,
but I'll say
y'all should go back and listen to the Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, it was
funny.
But here's the thing. Even with this one, I'm not saying it's more fun to review than those. I think even with some of our fans, I think they understood that. They were like, they saw us roast Goblin Slayer. They saw us roast
what
Gangsta.
did they think we were gonna roast here?
And I think. For me, I have things to roast. Like for me,
I do.
I have things to roast because it's so fucking over the top.
Yeah.
I'm just honestly.
I don't even know how to roast it. Like I can't even think of like one scene where I'm just like, yeah, that was really. I mean, every scene is so intense that none of them are intense to me.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like we're not going to even be to get through the episodes where we're going to want to get through the episodes because we're going to be just kind of talking about the anime as a whole. I don't know what y'all want to do. But
No,
I
mean, we can run through it. Like, I mean, it's gonna
We
be
can just hit the
like
spark
Rob already
notes.
said it. Like, it's gonna be the spark notes. Like,
Go for
let
it.
me here.
Yeah,
Actually,
so-
real quick, what happened the first 5 episodes? There was basketball teams that were challenging this basketball team, and they had superpowers, and then they overcame. The last 5 episodes, the same shit. This 5 episodes, does anything change?
One thing I do like though that I will, and I'm probably just blowing through 3 episodes, but like the end of that game with the 3-point shooter, I wouldn't say it was a twist. Like it ain't no M. Night Shyamalan shit, but it's like
He's trash.
he's hit or miss.
Did you see Avatar?
Later.
Yeah, Avatar is trash.
Yeah.
I think I like how they did that because it easily could have been, spoiler alert. That
No,
he
stop.
just
Just stop. Rob, we'll
Yeah.
get there. Rob,
Yeah.
do it, and you get back to that.
All right.
opinion.
Well, all this to say, Siren they're getting put up against the ropes because Kuroko is like he's ineffective.
Shut down.
With this new point guard that can see everything, and so like Kagami tries to like do his thing. You've got the senior captain who is this clutch shooter because he broke his toys anytime he missed a shot in practice.
How was that intense? Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Please
but
continue.
and so Minarima,
So
but
silly.
he's just like, oh, you guys like, so you think you can beat me down the court? Well, I'll start hitting my shots from half court, from full court, and like this
told
dude's a high
y'all,
school
dude was
player.
Klay Thompson, man.
Bro, this dude. So here's the thing. I've seen cats. I've played with cats and played against cats in high school and in like actual games, and they will pull from half court. That's what they
That's
did.
crazy.
They
like
will-
right when they cross the
and-
line, they shoot.
Yeah,
they-
that's
yep.
in my high school, and that's when the coach would be like, "And guess who gets to sit next to me?"
Well, if you're making them, like one of my boys, Ricky, like he was known, like my closest friends, he was known for pulling from like damn near half court and doing that, walking back because he knew it was going in. Like he had a jumper.
Yeah.
So that didn't surprise me. But when this motherfucker pulled from full court
Right. Yeah.
in the first or
not
second
even-
quarter,
It's not. See, the thing is, that's just too far fetched. Like NBA players are taking 2 or 3 steps back from the 3-point line. Everybody's losing their mind that they're
Yeah.
actually making. Like Steph
Yeah.
Curry,
yeah,
and like James Harden and Klay Thompson,
yeah,
and that's pretty much Kimball Walker
Danny Green.
and Danny Green ish. Like that's it.
Trae
That's
Young,
the
yeah.
those are the best players in the
Trae
world.
Young, yeah, Trae
and Trae Young.
Trae
But these are
Young's-
the best players in the world, and there's a handful of them that can shoot from a couple steps back from the 3-point line with
Hey,
nobody
but
guarding
that's
them.
the
and a
thing, too,
ninth
is-
grader's doing that shit. A ninth
A
grader.
ninth grader in this
And
anime.
He's hitting
and
it every time.
And
every
the
time.
thing is, too,
Every
he's
time.
not like when they take full court shots, it's like a fucking lunge. Like they have to do it. He's
Yeah.
spotting up
Yeah,
and just
Square it
dropping.
off.
I'm a grown
from-
man. Like,
perfect form.
Right.
so I will say this show has inspired some things, guys. I haven't played basketball in over 5 years.
You hooped.
I hooped yesterday.
That is nice.
Where
Yeah,
at?
yeah.
Where's the invite?
I mean, it was a spontaneous thing. It wasn't so much like I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym and ball today.
You gymmed or concrete?
I went to the gym.
Okay.
Okay.
And so my gym has a full court basketball court in there. So I was like, I walked in, and you have to walk by the basketball court to get to all the equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna do cardio. I'm gonna do chest. That's what I was gonna do. And I walked in, and there was like only like one guy or like no guy, like nobody was in the gym. And I
You
was just
played a
like,
motherfucker 1-on-1.
So I went in there. And I was just like, I'm just gonna shoot around. I'm gonna use
Okay.
this as my cardio.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot around. I was having fun. And then, some guys came in there and they were shooting around too. And they were like, "Oh, you want to play a game?" I was like, "Nah, I'm too injury prone, but I play
Wow.
horse."
Yeah.
And we played horse and I won. And they didn't like the way that I won. They didn't like the way I won, so they was talking. And so they were like, "Well, I bet you don't run threes with us real quick, half court." And I was like, "I probably shouldn't." And then somebody whispered under their breath, "Is like, yeah, he looked like a bitch." And I was just like, "Well, here we are. Let's go. Like,
Calling
we're gonna
a
do
man
it."
a bitch can get him to do anything.
It was so stupid that I did it, but it felt so.
Did you
good.
win?
Yeah, I was balling. I haven't played in 5. My shot was so wet. Like I wasn't this wet when I played.
That's a terrible sentence.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, it
I
was.
wasn't- yeah,
but
yeah.
you know what I
I
mean.
wasn't
though.
this
Like
wet
my
when I
shot
played.
wasn't. I wasn't.
My J wasn't this wet.
There you go.
Yeah.
My J wasn't that serious when I played, but for some reason when I played yesterday, like I could not miss. If I set my feet right and I pulled up, it didn't matter. And I was just like, I was just destroyed these guys. Like, yo, man, we should play again. And I was just like, nah, and I just left the gym. It was
That's
like,
some typical Brennan
it was
shit
like
right there.
That's some
legendary.
Brennan
Shit. It was
shit.
nice.
Brennan-
But then I was salty because I was supposed to go do chest, but I was too tired.
Brennan's the
fucking-
king of, if he wins, he'll just walk out on you and never see you again.
That's it.
And he has that. And he has a story now to be like, well, these guys at this park, Pettit Park, whatever park
If you
want
to talk about basketball with me, like you want to talk stories, ask about the other person who owns this building that we're in or owns this company,
I've
Tony
heard this
Valentino. Like he challenged me to one-on-one basketball because he never saw me play. He didn't think I could do it, and like I grew up playing every single day of my life. That's what I did. That's all I did. I was on teams. I was on summer leagues. That's all I did until I tore my ACL twice and had to retire at 17 years old, you know. But before that, that's all I did. So Tony had no idea, but he was talking junk while we were on the road, and I was just like, all right, well, there's a gym right here in our right across the street, and he wouldn't shut up about it. So he was just like, I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you, I'm faster than you, I'll beat you in basketball.
Jeez.
I beat him 13-1. And he scored the 1 point, and he was so excited about the 1 point that he scored. He ran around the gym screaming because he didn't think he was going to be able to score. Like, he scored when I had like 7 points. And at that point,
you didn't do 8-0 skunk?
Huh?
You had to do 8-0.
We were playing to 11, but I hit a 3 at the end. No, it was 12-1. I'm sorry, it's 12-1. So we were playing to 11.
I feel like we got to play. Like, we either us got to be on the same team, or we got to play twos or something.
It's just not
like,
worth it for me, man.
Before we finish this, fans, we'll play.
We'll see.
I'm not going to guarantee you that.
Wow.
All right, let's get through it, guys. That was enough story time.
Yeah.
Well, really, just to kind of fast forward through the first half here.
Tony's a bitch.
Kagami, I mean, he's trying to turn up to match Midorima's turn up, and he's shooting threes, missing them, and dunking them in himself. Like, he's trying to one-man team this whole thing. And Kuroko's clocking this, and, like, everything that Kisei was telling him about, like, this dude's going to grow apart from your team is kind of coming to pass.
Yeah.
Kuroko's pulling out all of his stops. Like, they're trying shit they tried on Kisei, like, where he's guarding Midorima, and he's going to try to steal the ball, but Takao, like, he's on that
He's just
shit.
right there. He's just like, no.
Yeah, he sets the pick, and it doesn't work. Like, and Siren's getting put away. They're down like 20 points at half.
And that's the dude that's just like him is the dude who noticed him in the bathroom, right? Is that the same guy?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
It's so funny because he was like, we're just alike, and I don't like you.
And I hate you because of it.
And he's like, Midorima said we were fated to go against each other.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so they got a
Did
similar
anybody
thing
care?
I gave 0 fucks.
Okay, just
not
wonder.
really.
Please continue.
Nah. Yeah.
So at halftime, they're in their locker rooms. This kind of made me laugh too, because over in the Shotuko locker room, Midorima's filing his nails or whatever. But in Siren, it's deathly silent in there. They're like, "Fuck, we're about to get smoked out of this gym right now." And Rico, the coach, is just like, I had to offer him a kiss this time, last time, to kind of get him to win this time. I'm going to have to – she was about to, offer it all up.
She don't throw that pussy on him.
She was like, what am I going to have to do? And the captain was just like, Coach, stop.
Please don't say anything stupid.
Nobody is interested.
Yo.
Stop. Don't nobody want
that.
that.
She was going to get that pussy up.
Yeah, she really was.
To motivate them? That is horrible.
That's a great coach. That's an amazing coach.
This is why some people are like, we can't have lady coaches, man, because they're going to be trying to smash the players.
That is an amazing coach.
No.
Whatever, win by any means necessary. If you got to throw some puss around to get a W.
So
Hey.
I have a question, Ice. Would you feel the same way if it was a guy coach and he's like, I will suck your dick?
No.
To win, what's the difference?
If the team is gay
if
and
it's
they,
a woman,
yeah,
what are you
yeah,
talking
like,
about?
No, I'm just saying
Fucking
either way,
Joe's
it's just
trainer at
offering.
Megalobox
that's
is
not
just
even-
like, Joe, you win
yeah.
this boxing match, dude.
Yeah,
We'll get
like,
wild.
right. I don't think that's the same.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah, maybe if the whole team is gay and but then if it's a better question.
But
would be
we
like,
don't
if
know
I'm
the
a
team
dude,
sexuality.
If I'm a dude and it's a team full of girls,
How do we know the team sexuality?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
It's like the West Hollywood
All I'm
All-Stars,
saying
man.
is that,
Yeah.
I think all I'm saying is I think that she going in a sexual way is just another example of the sexism in anime in general.
That's true.
It's
agreed.
and I say this is
Agreed.
the lighter version of it, but it's still just like a woman, just because she's a woman,
And that
is
would
going to
never-
offer her body to her team.
And that would never be a thought in any coach's
That's my
mind.
whole
No,
point. It's like
no
this
way.
is
never.
this.
Not a
It wasn't.
chance.
It was dumb. Like it's just like
Well, also, I think she's doing it because, one, she's around their age.
Yeah.
So it's different. She knows.
Still doesn't
she's looking
matter.
at. She's like, I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I think how she's looking at it is like, all right, I know how to motivate young boys as women, right? And I'm a year or so older than them. I'm not like a 34-year-old
This is
coach,
obvi-
where it's even weirder.
it's so
not
obvious
weird
that
because she-
anime is written by like middle-aged men.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Because I was thinking we're about to get away from kind of the sexism, and it shows up, and it
No,
shows up
come up.
again later on.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like,
Oh yeah, with the pink.
yeah. So it's just like,
It
yo,
gets
like,
way worse.
I think it is too.
Kill like kill shit.
If I think I'm just putting on me, say I'm a coach of a girls volleyball team for some reason, like sophomore me, like I'm still trash now, but like sophomore me, like I'm throwing dick around for
If you-
sure,
all
100%.
right. Truthfully, if y'all are high school coaches, but you're in high school, so you're
Yeah.
a junior, and you're coaching the girls team of whatever team, whether it's volleyball.
I'm not offering up the dick to the entire team in front of the
I was
entire
gonna
team.
say that. I was gonna say offer up the dick, right? But are you smashing your players?
100%. if it's
He didn't even give us a chance to answer.
if it's reciprocated and they want it, I ain't gonna be on no
Rob?
weird Harvey Weinstein
That
bullshit.
sounds like a fucking nightmare. Like, because then you're like, if other players find out about it, it's gonna be like, who's getting more playtime? It's because like she's sleeping with the coach. That sounds like a fucking disaster.
You get all the minutes you want.
So is that a no, Rob? You wouldn't do it?
No. I
Right.
mean, maybe high school me might feel
Yeah,
differently,
that's
but
what I'm saying.
as a fully functioning adult, like, no, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's a horrible idea.
Yeah, you have logic right now.
Yeah.
In high school, we're not thinking logic.
No.
We're thinking dick. We're
No,
thinking,
I'm trying to
like, all
get,
right,
yeah.
you're trying to fuck.
No, the wind blows.
And then honestly, at that point, high school, when you're in high school, you're dealing with like
The wind
athletes in general,
blows.
whether it's male athletes or female athletes. Hormones are different for them
All-time high.
because since they're playing a lot, it's different. I feel like when we're growing up, female athletes were way more hornier and freakier than the regular chicks around school.
100%.
Wasn't even close. So
100%.
Brendan, what's your answer?
I'm gonna abstain.
What? That's a yes.
Yeah.
I abstain.
Yeah,
Abstaining is a yes.
yeah he's
That's-
throwing
that's
it on
pleading
you.
the
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm torn between Rob and I'm torn between Ice. Cause I'm like, I love these chicks. Like I'm like, yo, I'm about to be smashing. And when I played hoop in high school, we had a few girls that were fine as fuck.
100%.
And if I was their coach and I'm like I'm 16 years old and I'm their coach and they're 15, 16 or 7, and one girl's old, I used to kind of like older girls.
Yeah.
Bruh. After the game.
Volleyball. If
Yo,
I'm a coach of
a
volleyball,
volleyball especially,
oh, that's it. That's fucking it.
they got height on them and they
That
always
is
wearing the shorts.
it. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And and
I
preface,
understand.
remember, we're saying we're also in high school. Don't be thinking
Yeah,
that
no.
we're talking about like us as grown men
yeah,
coaching
like,
high school
no,
girls.
come
Don't
on.
fucking try to do that
Yeah,
shit.
don't do
We're
that.
talking about being a 16-year-old hormone kid, just like their
I'm
hormone
glad
girls.
You said that, cause,
Yeah, because we were like, see if
Clarification.
y'all can't coach the YMCA league no
Yeah,
more. Like,
yeah.
we're not talking
Yeah,
about
this is
that.
definitely getting brought up in somebody's future interview.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. They gonna edit this shit perfectly.
They
I just
gonna-
came out the gate. I'm fucking these hoes. So
Well, I mean, he precluded that with "I'm trash." So I mean, it
Yeah,
fits.
true.
Yeah, this is all our access
would never
Hollywood
do
tape
that.
right
Yeah,
here.
I had to abstain there.
Yeah.
Had to abstain.
you might be the only. Well,
You
Roger said he said it'd be a
that's
nightmare.
That's that Facebook.
Well,
Brendan talking right now.
I feel like Brendan is like, yo, yeah. He's like, all right, I'm smart.
I don't think there's a smart answer here.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right. It's like even by engaging with it.
As we were, Rob. Moving on with the
Yeah.
episode.
So the second half starts off. Kuroko's on the bench because they figured his shit out, and instead we've got the catface dude who he had a concussion. He like the last game 20 minutes ago. Like
Yeah.
this dude fell over and like smashed his
He
head
back
open.
at it
And
again.
they're like, get him out there. He's actually hitting his shots now though, so
Yeah.
maybe it's for the best.
He needed concussion.
Yeah, but Kagami, he's trying to finally block one of Midorima's shots. He's jumping higher and higher, and Midorima's just like, "Oh shit! Like, what's your sign?" It turns out he's a Leo, which was part of his
That's right.
horoscope.
Yeah.
Like,
Leo gang, what's up?
yeah, right. So he's just like, the horoscope's never wrong.
We're past halftime, right?
Yeah, this is past halftime.
And did they end up breaking his toy? Remember they said they're gonna break his little
No,
thing,
that-
his little good luck.
No,
they
I
said
don't
they were
remember.
gonna, but they didn't
just
because
never
at the end
even
of the game
followed
they
up on
showed
that.
it.
Oh yeah, exactly, Brendan. That's what I was thinking.
That
Follow up
score
on it.
was ridiculous too.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was by 20.
No, the
but
final score like it was 100 and wasn't it like 140 or something like that? Like
no, the finals. I don't
I don't know if it was 140.
But I know
it was,
the
it was
first
triple
half
digits.
score is it's never a decent balance. It's either super low for a first quarter
Yeah.
or super high. It's either 11-8 at the first quarter or 40-47 or 67 at the first quarter. It's like, bro, what?
Yeah, I thought it was like 40 something to 20 something. They were Siren was down like 20 points,
That's
something
fucking
like that.
smoke.
But not Kuroko. Kagami finally starts blocking some of Midorima's shots and then everybody's just like, oh, that's his superpower.
He can jump.
Is he can jump.
And I thought
he can
that block was
tip.
going to be more like. I thought they was gonna lay that out a little bit more, kind of like to Brendan's point. Like I thought him blocking his shot like was going to be a really defining moment, but they just kind of played it off like, oh, he blocked it, and they just kept going with the story.
No, I think it was defining.
I mean, it was, but
Yeah.
I think the ones leading up to it where he kept tipping it, but like when he actually blocked it, they was just like, all right, cool, and then
I mean, I can see what you're saying because as far as we've known, like Kuroko, who's played with this dude for years on his
Yeah.
team, is like, I've never seen him miss.
yeah.
Right.
Never. And he finally misses a shot because Kagami got a finger on it, and
Yeah.
everybody's just kind of like, all right, keep playing. Which is
Fingernail.
It's like the one time that they
Yeah.
kind of brushed past it, but like
Yeah.
later on, they're like, oh, we've only got 3 seconds left in the game, and like Midorima's got a full-on fucking inner monologue going on, dribbling the
Which
ball.
was crazy.
It's like-
Like that shit was long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, So they're just like, all right, well, we can't pass to Midorima now because he's got the Kagami on him. So they start going to their center, who he's got some shots,
He's
but
a beast, yeah.
they throw a double team on him, and so like Siren is starting to figure out like some ways they can guard this team. And during the timeout, like as Kagami's like, he's got a block party out there. He's basically throwing down blocks on everybody. And they get to the timeout, and he's just like, just give me the ball. Like, I'm the only one on this team that can do anything. And Kuroko socks him in the face.
Yeah.
That was hard.
And it's finally this is exactly why I didn't want to play with these fucking dudes, is because they said shit like that.
Yeah.
And if we can't win as a team, like, what the fuck is winning?
And that's the thing. He started the ball hog. He started to play like that. And in high school, it's funny. In high school, when you're playing against lower tier teams, in high school, that can work. You have a guy that's just so dominant, he's going to get you 40, and then that's the end of it. But when you're playing against a good-ass team who you're clearly playing against, one player doesn't get it done. It just doesn't get done.
That's LeBron.
And that's why I love Kuroko, because this motherfucker he's literally the calmest gangster that we probably seen.
And next to Mob.
And a lot of these anime. He socked the biggest player on the team. Was like, fam, check yourself.
Yeah. No words.
No words. Like, yo, get your head back in the game, bro.
Pretty much.
And he hit him, and Kagami hit him back, too.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, what's up?
We knew that was going to happen.
Well, yeah. He's
Oh yeah, I mean they got to be even.
Yeah.
But it does shake. It shakes Kagami straight, and he's just like, all right, cool. Like I'm back in the game. Like I got this. And Kuroko's like, all right, put me in. I got a plan. I got this new pass I can work that I've been working on. Not everybody can catch it. But Kagami, I think even if he's getting tired, he can still get it because
Brett Favre.
Because like part of what even brought him into the timeout is Midorima was about to shoot another 3 in his face, and Kagami went up to jump, and his legs just didn't do it. Like he's running out of gas. Yeah. And it's that thing where like, fucking Midorima can throw up full court shots all game, but like Kagami's only got so many jumps in him. Like, all right.
His powers. The only thing I can think of is that they kind of knew their powers from a long time ago.
He's been working on it.
He's been working on it. It's the same with Kuroko. He's like, he knows he's a passer. He's been passing for a long time. Whereas Kagami, I think, is just now figuring out this is his super talent, his super skill with jumping.
I think with that too is like, just from an exertion standpoint. Like you exert more energy jumping around and doing all that stuff than you do shooting.
Bro, shooting is jumping though. He's not like a standstill shooter. He's jumping, he's getting some height on his shot, and he's shooting from fucking half court.
But Kagami is just like, oh shit, he's going higher and higher, which is.
But you're exerting way more energy when you're moving and jumping than you doing like shooting and stuff. That's why when you see people game progression, they play style change. Like Kobe, when he got older, he couldn't.
But a lot of
times
when you're playing and you're and because he's doing everything. This dude, Midorima,
yeah,
he's doing everything. He's playing defense, he's playing offense, and a lot of times they always be like your legs get tired. You can tell when a shooter his legs get tired because their shots start to get short. Same form, same power going to the basket, but they don't get enough height on their shot anymore, so everything starts to become short. Not at one point. His arc is still there.
But I'm just saying you exert more. Kagami's tired just because he's doing a lot in a short period of time, and what he's doing is exerting more energy than somebody shooting. Like if I'm running, jumping, dunking, and then you got another dude just over here shooting. Even if I'm playing defense, you're tiring yourself way more.
They're both tired. He's right more tired, and he started ball hogging. So
yeah. But and Kagami, on the other hand, he starts sharing a little bit more, which starts bringing the team back into the game. But we do find out he's only got 2 of these jumps left. And the coach is just like, all right, get out there, use the first one right away as like a bluff to make him think you still got legs left.
Smart, though.
And just save the last one for, another critical point in the game, which ends up being the next play.
Yeah.
He immediately uses it to dunk on Midorima, and he's just like, all right, take that. He turns to Kuroko, he's like, I'm out, dude. Like I
loved it though. He banged all on his face.
Yeah, he did.
That's chest to chest, bang outs. If you it depends on your confidence and your mental. If you bang on somebody like that can take you out the game mentally.
Yeah.
And I think that's how he thought of it. He blocks a shot at the beginning. He's like, fuck, he got me. Then he dunks on me right afterwards. That can mess with somebody mentally, man.
Yeah, and that goes back to kind of not necessarily the theme of these episodes, but one of the things that comes up a lot in this game is we see a flashback to when Kisei and Midorima were talking, and Kisei's like, I like dunks, and Midorima's just like, 3-pointers are worth more, like that's the better shot.
Right.
And now that like Kagami and Kuroko are working together again, like they're Kuroko's just like, like basically, I think dunks are worth more because it's the momentum switch and it's the mental game, and it's like getting the gas going behind the team, you know?
Which is true.
Yeah, absolutely. They can be worth more.
Yeah, I've seen people get dunked on in the NBA, and then they're down by 15, and all of a sudden it's just the minimum.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
It can be a big momentum shift, which obviously this is. They talk a lot about like the pace of the game in this show. But elsewhere,
hold on, real quick, Brennan, what are your thoughts?
I don't care. This is so boring to me, man. It's just like, and then he dunked. He only had so many jumps left. Like,
Dude, this
cool.
is what makes me upset about this show. They're still going 3-pointed. It's like, dog, we know motherfuckers can shoot here.
Yeah.
Midorima is knocking down full court. Like the first full court shot, people, because it took them like 5 minutes before the shot went in because it cut to everybody. It was like he pulled from full court. It's like, is he really? This nigga ain't pulling from full court. He got the nerve to pull from full court. He's really pulling from full court. This motherfucker just pulled from full court. Nothing but net bottoms. And it's like, I don't know, man. I just think that at a certain point, they got to stop trying to make us excited over normal shit.
I think that this show could be a lot better if they were actually to focus on like how basketball strategy works. You know, so for example, like the only one time in the show thus far had they talked about switching from like man to zone. Like a lot of times you'll see the coach up late at night studying different game plans of like how you can have the players move on the court and things like that. But we never see that ever. We don't ever see like, okay,
I think the reason why you don't see it is because one, it'll be way too much that they have to animate. Yeah, this shit is so limited animated wise. Like it's so many steals and so many just like replays.
Well, they could just do like the X's and O's shit and say like they do the zoom up to the tops. Okay, here's what the play is gonna be, and then they just show the two players that really matter in that play.
I did like the coach though. I think he reminded me of a anime antagonist, like how he thought his inner thoughts and how he was sitting there and how he played stuff out, and even how he talks. Like he reminded me, he was probably the highlight of those couple episodes for me.
The Shutoku's coach. Yeah. I mean, because he and Midorima are having this whole thing where Midorima's just like, yo, give me the ball the whole time, and he's got this thing where he can only have 3 selfish actions a day. Yeah, and the coach is just like, all right, that's all 3. Yeah, but like we can do that.
But and also too, I like how the upperclassmen still don't play shit from these freshmen. Yeah. They don't play shit. They don't give a fuck. They're socking these kids. Yeah. They don't. You're a starter team, bro. I'll knock you out.
Yeah, because that center tells him, like, if we lose this game, like, that's on you.
And they were mad. Remember, they were like, yo, he's like, during the halftime, it was like, yo, the whole second, or either the whole second half or the whole second quarter, they were like, give me the ball every play. Yeah. And I would have been like, who the fuck are you to say, if I'm a junior too? Nah, bro. Like, a lot of times when you're an upperclassman, you're looking at it like, I got 1 shot or 2 to get scholarships. I don't care how dope this freshman is, right? I'm going to get my buckets. Yeah. I'm going to do, he can get some of his, but you ain't about to be ball hogging as a freshman. You going if I'm a senior and I'm nice too, that center was pretty good.
Yeah. That's the thing too. If I'm cold, no. Oh no, you gotta chill your ass out.
You got 3 years, bruh. You can be second fiddle, but I'm gonna be the star. If I'm a senior, it's not happening. Yeah. It's not happening.
So as they're basically, they're catching up. Kuroko is finding a way around this guy's Hawkeye vision. I don't even really understand how it was. He was like, I got close to him, which drew his vision in, and which allowed him to then misdirect. I'm like, all right, if you say so.
I was confused.
Yeah, because I mean, the way they explained it is saying is that normally what he does is he directs your attention away from him. So now he's like, I'm directing your attention to me. Yeah. Which I'm like, isn't that the whole point? Is that his attention has been on you? That's why your power doesn't work.
So yeah, confused. Right. So how does that?
Confused.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But the Shotuko coach, like you were saying, Ice, he's definitely an anime antagonist. He's just like, just rain threes down on them, and that's how we'll beat them. Yeah. But it gets down to it, and it's Kuroko's been able to get steals, and there's 15 seconds left on the clock. Seconds. And they're down to
his 23andMe.
So it's Siren's ball with 15 seconds left, and they're down 2, and Captain hits a big shot, puts him up 1 with 2 seconds left on the clock, or 3 seconds left, and this is that moment where Midorima's like coming down the court. There's only 3 real-time seconds left, and he's just sitting there dribbling, just like
For
talking.
20 seconds.
Talking.
At least.
Yeah.
And then he's like talking about like he's out of jumps at this point. He's got to be so.
Yeah.
And then he like fakes it, but then it turns out Kagami does have a jump, but it was the shot fake, and he's just like ha ha ha, like now I'm gonna drain this.
Well, it was so funny. I feel like he pulled out the Ultra Instinct legs. Like he was just like, my legs are gone. Hold on. I'm gonna push past my limits.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing of it. I'm gonna push past my limits. Head fake. It was so fucking dramatic, dog.
It really was.
Everything about this show's been so dramatic. That's why I've laughed a lot.
Yeah. For sure, and
Over the top.
Kuroko ends up getting the steal at the last second, or gets the block when he brings it back down, and he's
Yeah,
just like,
absolutely.
I knew that you knew that Kagami would jump again, so I waited for you to bring it back down because I knew you would bring it back down, so that's when I slapped it away, and then we win.
I actually like that just because it's like, I thought he was going to shoot and then block it. So the fact that he pump faked him and then Kuroko ended up saving the day with that, I was like, all right, at least y'all didn't write it all the way to the, button.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like once I saw the head fake, I knew Kuroko was gonna save the day with the same thing he did with the like kind of like behind steal.
Yeah.
Then they lose the game, and yeah.
Well, and Siren's like that. They're all crying. They're super happy. Rico's out there just like, I can't believe we won. Like they're gonna move on to this. They're moving on into the championship league as they've beaten their block. And Midorima's standing outside by himself in the rain, and he gets a phone call, and it's
That
from
was so fucking dramatic.
I
He's
know.
just sitting there
So
like fucking Vegeta, and when he went Super Saiyan,
Yeah.
he's just sitting there.
why can't I get to you, Kakarot? You're always one step ahead of me, Kakarot.
That's him with Kuroko, because like there's even a moment in the game where he's just like, Kuroko's strength is different than the rest of us from the Generations of Miracle. He even said that he led us to those championships.
Yeah, and remember he says in there, he's like, the reason why I hate him is because I respect him or something like that.
He said, I respect him. He's a strong guy, and he went to a nobody school.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like, why would you do that?
I hate him for doing
Everybody
that. 'Cause I
going
respect
so
him.
hard on him just because he did that. Like, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like,
Turns out,
Yeah.
like, a bunch of other people did too.
Did the
Right.
same fucking thing.
Yeah.
chill.
Speaking of these two people that are calling him,
Yeah.
are two people from the Generations of Miracles that went to a nobody school, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And one of them's a player, one of them's their former manager. Momoi is the girl with the pink hair, and then Ayomine is the star player who was, I guess,
You did a good job announcing.
I was just
Yeah,
I was
I was
thinking that
like-
in my head.
I was
like,
sitting there, I said, I'm in.
I said, I'm
think
on.
Ayomine.
some Ayomine. It's AO.
I'm not questioning you. I'm just saying it
Yeah,
sounded
you
good
went
to
hard
me.
in the paint
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good work, Rob.
Thank you, appreciate it. So Midorima gets a call from them, and they're basically just like, "Hey, we saw what happened with the game," and Midorima's just like, "Man, Kuroko's gonna be coming for you next." And I mean, it's just like the only person that can beat. He's like, the only person that can beat me is me, and then he
Yeah.
hangs up on him.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got Kobe vibes from him.
I was thinking Allen Iverson with his whole like practice.
Yeah.
Practice?
We're talking about you want me to practice? Like you got to
Not
come to
the-
practice. Not the
the
game that I love.
that
The
I
game
die
that I
for.
die for.
practice. Yeah, he wasn't having no part of practice. And it's funny, the Iverson thing is a whole different ball game. I think he said a friend just died or something like that, and they were asking him to go to practice. Which I feel bad that they did that whole thing to him. But this dude right here, he ain't taking shit from none of these upperclassmen.
No.
He doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He does what he wants to do.
Yes. But after the game, like Siren, like they're in the locker room, they're all hurting from these two games.
Yeah.
Kagami can't even move. They're just like, they carry him to the restaurant where they're going to eat later, which it turns out Kisei and his teammate are there.
Yeah.
Midorima and Takao end up showing up, and
Yeah.
it turns out to be a super awkward dinner.
Yeah.
Because they're all
Yo, that
sitting around
was
the
the,
table.
only part of the whole 5 episodes that I enjoyed was that dinner.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it's like when the I don't know anybody's name, but the sharpshooter,
Yeah,
Klay
Midorima.
Thompson.
Yeah.
Midorima, when he showed
Klay
up,
Thompson.
I call him Klay Thompson. But
Green
when he
hair,
showed up,
Klay Thompson.
when he showed up, and then there was like, he walked in the door, and then he saw the team he just lost to sitting at the tables. And his boy was like, "Yo, let's eat here." And he's just like, "Nah."
Nah.
And he turned around, went back outside. Then you see the wind blow and the rain get heavier.
We're back.
And he comes back like, I guess I will be eating here.
What we eating, y'all?
Yeah, I was done. I was laughing at that part. I was like, that was funny. Because he was dead serious. Like, I'm not going to eat with y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done.
You know what's funny? In high school, I didn't have. I don't know if when y'all play sports, I didn't have like a person that I hated in another school. We had
I
rival
did.
teams.
I
but-
did only because like I grew up in a suburb of Flint, Michigan, called Grand Blanc, but I also went to church in Flint, and my grandparents' house was in Flint, so I would spend a lot of time in Flint. And my grandparents' house was like right in the center of the city. So I would go and play basketball like on the courts out there. So I got to know some of the players in Flint.
Yeah.
And so because of that, like when we would play Flint teams, I would know some of the players ahead of time, and be like, I'll be able to tell my teammates like, yo, he's super quick. This guy can shoot, stay tight on him and all that kind of stuff. I was the only one with the scouting report because I was the only one who played against the Flint players. So that was pretty cool.
No, I'm not saying that. I knew players in
No, but some of them like there's one player in particular like I was like terrified of, like, because he he messed my life up in the court one day, and
Shook
I
you
wasn't
up on the
ready.
court?
Huh?
Shook you up, broke your ankle?
Yeah, he broke my ankle. He broke my ankle
In
bad.
a real game or like a street?
No, like street on street ball. So like he
okay.
broke my ankles bad. Like that was like the first time I played against somebody that was as quick as he was.
Yeah.
And this is when I was young. This is like early middle school. So like I mean he came out there was like and I was just like He's just like, oh, my ankle. Like I was just like, oh, I don't know how to guard. I don't know how to stay in front of him. I don't know how to guard this person.
Yeah.
And so then like a year and a half later, like we were playing against his team, and so I found out like we were in the layup lane. I look over there. I'm like, that's Eric. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
And I remember like when I saw him, like my dad and my boy Donald, his dad was there too, because Donald was on the team with me.
Oh, okay.
And I was shook. Like I was shook. And I remember Donald's dad had to take me aside and be like, look, man, I know that he might have done some stuff to you before or whatever, but you've grown.
Sounds like
This
he
is
got
straight
molested or
anime.
something. So he's touched you before.
Now that I'm like
Brandon, but-
reliving this, it feels kind of like an anime story, because he pulled me aside and he's like, look, Brennan, I've seen the growth in you in the past year and a half.
Yeah.
It's like, you're a really good player. Like you can't let this guy intimidate you. You need to
Yeah.
get out there and do what you've been doing all season, kind of thing. And I was just like, you know what? Okay. And went out there the very first play. I stole the ball from him, and I was just like,
That's so funny to see the different mentalities.
Yeah,
because
I think it was too. Oh my bad. What you say?
I was gonna say, because my mentality, like, I didn't get a chance to play against a dude because he didn't go to another school. He didn't have the grades to play. But there was a cat named Scooter that was like I grew up with. And we were cool. I didn't have it. He wasn't like an enemy. And he used to come to my house. And one day he shook me and made me do a 360. Like he was known for having handles. Like he was known for having like the most handles ever. And he shook me, spun me around. Then I tried to go back around. He spun me back around. And it was like it might be on tape somewhere too. I think his brother has it on tape somewhere.
Yeah.
But for me, how I looked at it, it was never like I saw somebody that's like that murdered me on the court. I was like, let's go, nigga. Let's do this.
That's how I was.
That's my mentality. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Like it was just always like it's always intense, and I'm gonna get the best of you this time, or I'm gonna play at least super aggressive.
Yeah. And that's what happened to me too. Is just like, I mean, with me with high school too is a little bit deeper than that, because we like talk to different women from different schools for that purpose, just to talk shit. Like we would go to other people's like areas and like talk to their girls, but then you would realize like after y'all play street ball and stuff, they'd be like, what high school you go to? And I'd be like, oh, we went to Westwood. Like, what's up? We just get it popping. And then like, we had like bad blood with people just through women and stuff, because that's where it always was like, yeah, we take your girl, we got your thing. And then the game would finally come. And then I remember like, and I was a decent scorer, but one game I dropped like 34 just because that against that school, just because like I knew what was leading up, and I saw some of the girls that we were talking to in the crowd was like, I'm giving these dudes buckets, like we're giving you buckets, and we
kisses to the crowd.
We fucking smoked them just because of that. And it's just like stuff like that is just like that just puts extra into it, just because like you want to kill people, like that's like just like you said, it's competitive spirit, man.
Yeah,
it's real. I agree.
It is, yeah.
Sorry, what episode are we on right now?
14.
Okay, we're almost there.
We're almost there.
So we find out that what's her name again?
Momoy.
She actually, well, in her eyes, she chose or that was her boyfriend, Kuroko. Kuroko was her boyfriend.
Of course, he's the protagonist of an anime and just is either terrified of women or apathetic towards them.
Yeah.
What did she call him? His last name?
Tenshi
or something.
Yeah, I forgot.
Something like that.
Is that his last name? Or his
I think
first
so.
name?
Because
that's the same thing in like Demon Slayer. They call Tanjiro, they call him Kadao or something, like his last name is.
Yeah, the family name.
Yeah.
But they're at that dinner, and this is after Minarima's had that phone call with Momoy, who's just like, yeah, like say hi to my boyfriend or whatever, the guy that I love. But he tells him like, hey, like they know you they're basically coming for you, and Kagami's just like, you know, who the fuck is Ayamine? And Kuroko just tells him like, somebody else I used to play with. I don't like the way he plays.
Yeah.
He just tells him like straight up, which seems like Kuroko's got a problem with almost everybody
Yeah.
they used to play with, except Kisei. Like, actually, what I thought was interesting about this dinner is that Kisei seems to be actually the only person that's learned something from Kuroko.
Yeah.
And I could totally see him coming back like so much better because he's playing more like Kuroko and trying to get his team involved.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, I'm just happy to be playing again. And Midorima is still just like, no, I play to win. I don't play to have fun. Like, that's not what this is about.
Right. Kobe Bryant.
Because
Who the fuck does that?
Kismei's team is gone, right? Like he's just chilling.
I think they're in another. I think they were in another block because he's like, oh, I'll see you in the championship.
Remember they didn't play. They played the practice game. Not the real
but
game.
then because he's just been watching all the games. Like I haven't seen anything from him at all.
I think they're in one of the other blocks, so
Yeah.
they could still be somewhere in contention. At
I
this
like.
point.
I actually think he was my favorite player they played against thus far. To be honest,
Yeah.
Yeah, he say.
this is like, yeah, I could do whatever you're doing. I don't care.
Pretty
You know
much.
what's funny about this? These guys are in the 9th grade, and you're already saying this is not fun. Like that's
Right.
when we played hoop. We can like even the back-to-back games. We could play like 9 games. We'll just be like, all right, man, y'all trying to go to 7-Eleven get a Slurpee? Like it was just like
Yeah.
there was no such thing as being tired
Yeah.
in high school.
Especially
Yeah,
outside.
these high school players have got like professional basketball player problems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
They walking down the tunnel like they hurting and shit, like the NBA walk when
Bro,
they
I didn't
knees
need
are fucking gone.
We didn't ice maybe like senior year,
Yeah.
but like freshman year, I wasn't icing shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't know what an ice bath was till I got to track, and they was like, "Take an ice bath." I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And like
It's horrible.
yeah, it is.
You have
no
fun in
joke.
high school.
I hated
You're
that.
hooping for girls. You're
Facts.
hooping to look good.
Facts.
You're hooping just to be like, yo. When they used I know at our school they used to be like, yo, Keenan Baker had scored 18 points on a little
Yep.
overhead speaker. He had 18
Athlete of
points
the
and
week.
5 rebounds, and we beat so and so school. Like that's what you played for pretty much. You be in
Right.
class.
You be in
homeroom,
homeroom like
yeah.
that's me.
Yeah, hey,
That's me.
you know what it is.
What up? What
So,
it do?
This dude being like, I don't
They
play
didn't do
for
that in my
fun.
high school
Yeah.
at all.
You said
No?
they didn't do that?
They didn't
That
do
was
Oh,
lit.
that
I
was
remember I got
huge.
athlete of the month, and I was just sitting there like, "What's up? That's me, baby. I'm taking us to regionals, baby. What's popping?"
It was big. Like being in the paper was huge at our school. You in the paper, people brought that shit to
Yeah,
school
man.
and showed it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a book, like a magazine that was made by ESPN called Rise, and they put all of like the top athletes in there, so that was dope.
That's cool.
You know, to
I
see
mean, they
it. So-
got that kind of in this, like in
Yeah.
this world, because they're even talking about like, oh, that's that point guard that was in Basketball Monthly or whatever.
Yeah.
So like these high school players are getting like features
Yeah.
in like publications. It's high school basketball apparently huge in this version of Japan. But as they leave the restaurant,
one thing I thought was really funny.
What's up?
Now you just made me realize it. He's like, he was jumping so high, and it was like, oh, he's jumping like that. Are you sure he's even Japanese? Like, I was like,
I don't remember that, but that sounds hilarious.
Sounds
he was jumping like when
familiar,
he
yeah.
was jumping super. When Kagami was jumping super high, and it was like, is he even Japanese? He's jumping so high.
Racism.
All the Asians that I know they might have been short when they're playing over here, but all of them had hops and had jumpers. Like all the Asian cats that we ball with had huge calves. They probably could jump a good 35 inches, even though they might have been 5'6", and they could all shoot fucking lights out.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are they talking
Yeah, I don't know what they're
They
talking about over there.
They
He's
just
over here.
racist to their own selves.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. But so anyway, they leave the restaurant, and there's some fun and games here. Kuroko finds a dog that looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
It turns out they want to bring him on as the mascot. Kagami doesn't like dogs. He's afraid of dogs or something like that. So there's some fun there, I guess. But at the serum practice, Kagami, he's sitting out
He's
because of
so
injury.
over it.
He can't play. Coaches like, you can't like play ball at all, like in practice, outside of practice, any of that. And they're at the pool doing some like training when we see
That
Momoe.
sexism
She
hits.
shows up,
Yep.
and that sexism hits hard.
Pull them
It's
things
hard.
out in high school.
Yep, she
Her intro shots were her pulling her suit over her titties and then pulling her suit out of her butt.
Yep.
yeah.
Those are her intro shots, close-ups.
Mhm.
Bruh, that's not even
Extreme.
happening in fucking what high school? Unless you're on the swim
How did she get into another high school's swimming pool?
Mm.
during school hours. You just ditch school?
Right.
What's
and
happening?
And it's not like it's a school right next to you. Like your shit is far.
somewhere on the other side of the city,
Right.
you
Or
know?
the side of the state. Like, I mean, the state.
Well,
the
these
country.
are all
Yeah.
Tokyo schools,
Yeah.
but still, like, yeah. So she shows up kind of for no real reason, I guess, just to talk to Kuroko and just be
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
That's real love.
boyfriend.
Or
yeah."
stalker.
And
They
she
come-
says like, "Oh yeah, I was his former manager, and I'm his girlfriend." And all the other players are just like, "What?
That's
the
your girl?"
fuck?"
And she's
He's
a lot-
like, no, she's not.
and
Yeah.
it's so funny how anime does this to women too. you're a woman or you're sexy when you're super busty, but when you're not, these guys don't even notice you.
Yeah.
Even if they're drawn cute, it's like the coach. If she was more busty, they would all took that.
Other
kiss.
girl made fun of her too. It was just like,
Yeah, she's like the barely B cup. Yeah.
I was like, damn shots.
Yikes.
And she's over here built like fucking like she got fake breasts. It's like, this is crazy.
It's ridiculous. And the coach is just like, this is like, she's, for somebody that was about to put it all on the line for her player, she's just like, I can't believe all these guys looking at this girl. And then she notices the captain, who she and the captain.
I love the way Rob put that. Put it
on.
all on the line.
Yeah.
She was about to put it all
out there.
Huh?
Giving yourself to the game, huh?
Man, but she sees the captain sneaking peeks, and she like pushes him in the pool, like,
Oh, she punches him in the face.
Yeah.
bow.
I feel like they either have a thing or they're going to have a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
for sure.
Who?
Her and
The captain and the coach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's the one that's just like, don't
Don't do that.
say that.
Yeah.
But
Don't
Momoy
give my pussy to everybody.
That's how I felt when he said it too.
But Momoy is just like, oh, you got to take it easy on him. Like, turns out she knows everybody on this team. Like, she did her homework. Like, I mean, maybe she's looking good, but she's good at her job too.
She's
Like, she was a part of the generation of miracles. Like, not on the court, but like part of their success. And the telling part of this whole thing, we see the flashback to Kuroko giving her the popsicle stick with the winner on it, and smooth move that ended up like winning her over.
Yeah.
But Kuroko the dog, like, not feeling this girl, like, the dogs can read that shit. Like,
Yeah. If he read the energy.
that dog likes everybody except that girl.
Yeah.
Says
He
a
just
lot.
don't like titties.
He just don't like. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Later on, Kagami, I guess, is out on the court, and
He's just
Ayamine,
he's just walking by the court.
Yeah.
and Ayamine finds him, and he's just like, hey, like, I know who you are.
Now, see, for me, that's another problem with the show.
Yeah.
Like, so our schools are across the city from each other. You happen to go out and take literally one shot to see what your legs are like, and I've just literally been waiting here all
been hiding in the bushes.
day
Yeah.
to be able to wait for specifically you to come out here so I could challenge you with no one else around. And it happened because convenience. Wow, the universe is crazy.
Convenient, but also too, a real hooper is not. He gonna be like, "Yo, I'm hurt, man. Like my legs are hurt." Be like, "All right, nigga."
That's what I was said too. Like, I don't care what you. I'll shut up.
Yeah, because you just said that didn't happen. Yeah,
exactly. I was gonna say, like, for me, if that's me, if a dude's being like, "Yo, bro, like my legs are done right now," I'm not playing you. I'm like, "All right, I want to play you when you full, because I'm gonna beat your ass. I want you to know that I'm that much
you
better."
to say anything.
No excuses.
I say if you say the wrong thing to me though.
Yeah.
Hey.
And that's basically what happens here.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to test you, and
He's like, I know, bitch.
yeah.
Yeah.
They cut away from
I
that,
ain't
and
no
we
punk
see
bitch.
Kuroko and Momoy are kind of talking old times and talking about, like, she basically says she wanted to go to the same school as Kuroko, but the reason she followed Ayamine is because she was kind of worried about his mental state as he's getting like farther and farther down this rabbit hole of selfishness and self-involvement and turning into a total asshole.
Yeah.
Like, no real way around it. Dude's just a douchebag.
Because dude didn't even play those other games. He was chilling.
Yeah,
like
'cause-
they're gonna win. Don't worry about it. Like if I
Yeah.
need to get in, I get in. But I
We're
don't give a fuck.
gonna win anyway.
Yeah.
And it turns out that he and Kuroko used to be super close. Like,
Yeah.
that he was basically Kuroko's Kagami before Kagami.
He was his light.
He was
Yeah.
the light.
Yeah.
And that's what Ayamine tells him, like, while they're on the court. He's just like, I know you and Kuroko are a team now, but, like, are you bringing out his full potential?
Yeah.
And
I did.
I did.
That sounded like I don't know what it
That's
reminded
not-
me of, like some like just like gay lovers, like
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
Like I'm the one. I
definitely got that vibe.
I was
The
like,
show's got a
This,
lot of
this
that.
is
Yeah.
super bromancy, borderline.
very romancy. Yeah.
Brokeback Mountainous.
I
Brokeback
thought-
Does he
basketball.
fist bump you like he fist bumps me?
He
I
just
felt-
smack your ass.
I did feel like at one at the beginning maybe they were like half brothers or something because they both had the blue hair and stuff like that.
okay.
I thought they could have been. Because when the episode said we look, I forgot what it was.
We look alike,
We look alike
yeah.
or whatever. But it was ended up being about the dog.
Yeah.
But I thought it was about him because he had blue hair also. And then
Maybe it's
they-
both.
Could have been.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be. But we do go to Ayamine's school real quick. We see that they are having practice. He's not there, obviously.
Nope.
But we meet some of the other teammates. They've got, like, the squinty-eyed captain. They've got this other freshman who's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Should have been me. I should have brought him to practice, but I didn't do it. But he's freaking out.
I like him.
Yeah, he's fun. But all that to say, basically, when they cut back to Kuroko and Momoy talking, who's also clearly skipping practice, even though she's team manager. But Kuroko vows, like, oh, I'm gonna beat him. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna wake him up. I'm gonna shake him out of this. And so episode 15 starts with Ayamine finally showing up to practice, being a total dick to the other freshman, just like literally taking his food, and he's just like, oh yeah, like I basically just showed up to eat this dude's lunch. Ooh, whoops, I brought my porn to practice again. Guess I'll leave. And he's on his way out, and one of the other seniors gets in front of him, and he socks this dude in the stomach.
Yeah.
And he's
he
just like,
needs him in the stomach.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
he need him.
And he's just like, I got 82 points the last game I played, so I don't need to be practicing.
Honestly, if I'm a freshman in high school and I score 82 points in a varsity game,
182. You not kneeing me in the stomach.
no, I'm saying is, I'm not going to name a song. I'm just saying like I'm just looking at myself and like what I would be like a freshman in high school who has scored 82 points.
We
in
know
varsity.
your ego, Brennan.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to tell me shit.
Brennan's not going to class.
I honestly, I don't
just
know.
write
Like,
82 on all.
I
This
would-
guy's definitely not going to class.
I would just be like, I don't know. You wouldn't be able to tell me shit. Like
Brennan would be like, yo, 82. What? That's the points I had last game. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, get the fuck
Think
out
I'm
my
like,
face.
you're never gonna be anything. I'm like,
Brennan,
I scored-
this is history class. Like,
And this is not far fetched. Like, but this is before even LaMelo doing this.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like DeJuan Wagner scored like 100 or 101 points. I think he scored 100, and then somebody else scored 101 like the day after.
Yeah.
But it was like they did that shit like fairly quickly. Like I think one dude might have did it in 3 quarters, and to score 100 points in high school is insane regardless.
Yeah.
This dude as a freshman put up 82. This.
And my attitude was bad in high school too. So I actually got kicked off the basketball team because my attitude was so bad. Just because I was like, I acted like I was God's gift to basketball, and I felt like it, and I just like,
y'all would have been terrible to
Yeah.
be around.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Wow.
I always tell my girlfriend that like, just be happy you didn't meet me any prior to, if you met high school or college me, forget about it. Like
Yeah.
I was a dick. Like that's the only reason I ran track is because I got kicked off the basketball team and I needed something to do. I was like, oh well.
That's
all right.
hilarious.
But yeah. So as his parting words out of there, he's just like, "All right, cool. Like I'll do some practice." He grabs a ball and like dunks the rim off.
brings
of
the
the,
rim
Yeah.
off.
of the. I mean, which Kagami had done earlier, so it's not
Yeah.
like super
Nothing
impressive.
new.
Like,
We
we've
don't
seen people do
care.
this, but he's just like, "All right, well,
Just for
guess
the,
we
we're not
can't
gonna-
practice anymore."
There's not anything anyone's gonna be able to do that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Their dunking is freshmen.
360.
And they were showing, and they did all those flashbacks to the Miracles guys, and they were dunking on people in middle school like that. And I'm just like,
That
that's-
3-pointer shit is.
That's not how it goes, man. Even the kids now that are dunking in middle school, like they're just getting up there and just like, ha, got it. Like these kids are like putting their whole arm in the.
Doing tomahawks, honey dips.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like the freshmen in high school and sophomores, these motherfuckers are 360 in, and it's insane right now.
Man, Zion Williamson is all I gotta say. That dude, I saw him play for the first time, and I was just like, this dude, he don't make no sense. Physics don't apply to
Just
him.
because his size
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
what he's
he's-
able to do.
He's 300 pounds.
He
and he's-
busted out his shoes
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
during
And
a
for the
Duke game
record,
last
those
year.
are shoes he shouldn't even been playing in. He was playing in guard shoes. It's like, bro, you need to be playing in LeBrons or something sturdy. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Either way, all I'm saying is that unrealistic.
Yeah.
These kids, honestly, these kids, I don't know about how Japan works, but out here, even the NBA players are saying like, bro, we wasn't dunking until like 15, 16. The way they're dunking at like 13, we wasn't
12,
dunking until like
11.
16 years old.
Yeah.
You might have got a one-hand jam or something like that.
Like alley oops. I remember like in middle school, like the one player on our team could do like you throw an alley oop and he could just tip
Put
it
it
in.
in,
Yeah, that was about it.
And that's only like for a long time. That's how I was able to dunk myself. I would have to throw it up and then catch it and then
Yeah.
do it myself. Like,
Can you still dunk now?
yeah.
Our thing was back in the day, bro, like in middle school anyways, was like tapping on somebody. When you tap the backboard on somebody, like, and that was like our thing. These motherfuckers is banging on cats
Yeah.
in middle school. This is crazy to me.
Yeah,
it is.
like they'd have NBA scouts at all these games.
Yeah,
Every
for
single
sure.
one of them.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
But so at this actually, as he's leaving practice, as Ayamine is heading out, his captain goes on this thing about like, every once in a while there's just a player that comes along that's so good, like it literally changes the game. And they talk about like Tiger Woods and Shaq, how they had to like change golf and
Yo,
basketball.
I had to research about that.
Was any of that right?
Yeah.
That's
well, I knew
cool.
about the Shaq thing. So Shaq,
I didn't know about Tiger Woods though. I didn't know that was real.
No, I didn't know. So I had to do research on that. So like I did actually, and I found out that because of the way that Tiger Woods won the Masters in 1997, he won by 12 strokes.
Ooh.
I don't know if you guys remember that or not.
Yeah.
He won by 12
I did
strokes.
not
Yeah.
remember
That is the largest margin of victory in the history of the Masters. Like it was not even close. It was boring. And the final day, he was up by like 8 strokes in the beginning of the day. It's just like nobody was like, why are we even watching this? It's just like unheard of. And he did that for like 3 years in a row. Where it's
Yeah,
like
from
everywhere
97,
he went, he was that much better because he was hitting the ball 25 yards further than anyone else.
Yeah.
Every single time he drove it. So they ended up having to do like tiger-proofing golf courses. They literally called it that. So they would narrow the green. I mean, they would narrow the fairway. They put more rough. They put trees in front of the straight line shots, and they extended all of the holes, and they pulled all the tee spots back.
Fuck.
So he changed the entire way that golf courses are made. He also changed the way that golf players approach golf as an athletic sport.
Yeah.
Because Tiger Woods is the first athlete
Yeah.
to play, and Vijay Singh.
Yeah.
So like Tiger Woods, even like I read some articles about it where Tiger Woods was saying that he and Vijay will be the only two players in the entire tour and the Masters and all that were in the gym in the morning before they went.
They were in shape.
They were in
Yeah,
shape.
yeah.
Like he and Vijay were like the only two. And so Tiger Woods made it so like now it's overstood. That's just
Yeah.
what you do.
Yeah.
It's like now everybody can hit 300 plus yards. Everybody can do the stuff that Tiger Woods was doing in 1997.
I'm not even joking. I'm joking, but I feel like they were like when he came in, because that's how I felt anyway back in the day when he was doing all this. They were like, nigger. Like they were just like,
I mean, but even Tiger Woods spoke to that. He was like, they asked him on the interview something, and he was like, what is your, main thing that you want to do with golf? And he's like, I want them to know that, like, y'all need to treat black people right. Like, y'all need to stop playing. Like, this has been a sport where it's not been inclusive, and y'all about to show y'all what time it is. And I'm going to do it by beating y'all asses.
And he did it.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it. So he changed. Not only did he
I
change.
know he did all that though.
Yeah, I didn't either. Tiger
changed-
proofing. That's
That's
dope.
what I'm saying. They literally had to change the entire way, the rules, the courses, as well
He
as the
still
way that they train.
dominated, though.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he still dominated.
Yeah.
After they did that, but he wasn't dominating like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No one has ever come close to winning
the
Masters
gap
by 12
definitely
strokes.
closed after that.
Yeah, but the thing is that's even more amazing is he came back last year and won it again.
Yeah.
And it's just
20
like
years later.
after getting 3 back surgeries, his spine is fused and he still won the Masters.
Crazy.
So yeah,
So what did they do with Shaq?
So with Shaq,
Shaq proof all the rims.
No,
yeah.
so they-
because he was breaking them. and
so that's
stuff,
one
yeah.
thing they did
Yeah.
with Shaq. Another thing they did with Shaq, because Shaq was so strong, is that that's the charge line.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was not there before Shaq started playing. That
Uh,
whole charge line was put in there for Shaq.
mm.
Because he's just too big and too powerful, and they were like, all right, well, if this guy's in the paint, first of all, 3 seconds in the paint,
Right.
Shaq.
Yeah.
3 seconds back to the basket, Shaq.
Mm.
It's like pretty much they
3
had
seconds in the paint wasn't Shaq, but 3 seconds to the back, I think.
I'm sorry, you're right. 3
Yeah.
seconds back to the basket, Shaq.
Mm.
It's like you can't, because the thing is, if Shaq has 5-7 seconds with
Gonna
his back to the
pound
He's
basket,
gonna back
Yeah,
you
he's
up.
gonna
there's
Boom.
nothing you can
You got
do.
350 boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
So
yeah.
Shaq actually changed the entire way
Mm.
that basketball was played,
Yeah.
and just like Tiger Woods changed the entire way. So everything they said,
Hack a
there,
Shaq.
Yeah. I got
everything
Shaq.
they said was correct.
Jordan rules too.
Yeah, I mean the Jordan rules is different. The Jordan
Yeah.
rules is just that they
The
started
team,
playing rougher
yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I'm saying like the officials, the organization, the NBA had to change the way
Yeah.
the rules are played because they're like, all we're gonna do, if we don't stop Shaq right now,
He's gonna. Yeah.
first of all,
They
he's
run away
gonna
with it.
he slows the game down because
Mhm.
all they gotta do is get the ball down low to him, and he's just gonna turn around and dunk on everybody if he has time to do it.
Yep.
And the second thing is we're just gonna see a bunch of big guys like Shaq get into the NBA and slow the whole game down, and nobody's gonna want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
Very true.
So that's what they had to change the entire rules of how this worked so that
Just imagine coming into something just completely. I mean, the last play I feel like changed the game. They didn't do really rules so much with like Steph Curry and like when like
Steph Curry changed everything.
yeah, and just shooting. Like
he,
and-
he changed the style of play for sure.
yeah, and he changed the game. It made fours and fives that are big non-existent. It made fours have to shoot.
So
Fives have
for
to-
those who don't know, 4 is a power forward, 5 is a center.
Yeah. So it made them come out and shoot. Like
Yeah.
those days of being big and like doing Shaq stuff and being in the paint,
Yeah.
he made them things a thing of the past. That's why Dwight Howard had such a rough time after Steph Curry got big.
And
'cause-
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, it's like it goes back to the basket days. They're over.
Mhm. So at the Siren practice, Coach Rico's handing out their new brackets. Everybody showing them who they're playing next. And their first opponent is Ayamine School. I can't even pronounce it. It's like Tuohu or something like that. So that's who they got up next. And as Kagami's coming in, she immediately is just like, "You've been playing basketball. What the fuck? Like
Yeah,
you're
she does
worse
her
off than
little-
you were."
Yeah.
Analytical eyes is like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she sends him off to the nurse's office because she's like, I mean, if he keeps doing this, we're not even gonna have him for the game.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So he, and of course Kuroko, like it's lack of presence. He manages to sneak out of practice and follows Kagami. And he's just like, like what the hell happened? Like I know you wouldn't just break the rules for nothing. And Kagami's just like, Ayamine came out and he challenged me, and like I wasn't gonna back down from that. And he, like, what happened between you two? Like he mentioned mentioned that he used to be your light, and he kind of gives him the history that we.
I heard y'all used to date.
Was it serious?
I heard y'all used to.
Was it serious?
Did he really teach you that thing that I like?
Was it bigger than me? Was it bigger? Was he faster? Okay,
That
just
was
curious.
all hilarious banter right there.
So he's Kuroko's just like, hey man, like listen, that's all true. It's all true.
He taught me everything.
He taught me everything.
He taught me that thing. I'm
taught me how to
sorry,
be a light.
but it's ours now. But he's
Taught
just,
me that thing.
You do it better and bigger. I promise. I promise.
Oh shit.
but he's basically just like, yeah. I mean, he was so good that like other teams would.
Are we 12?
Yes.
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 He was just so good.
He was so good.
Oh, sorry, Rob. Go ahead. Go
He
ahead,
was
bro.
so good
Rob, go ahead,
that
go
the
ahead.
other teams quit playing like mid-game, and he's just like, well, I'm not going to keep practicing. Like if I don't practice, like I'm still blowing these teams out, getting 82 points a game or whatever.
So-
what with the teams?
No, so he's killed him. But no, you stop it. So all that really happens, if I can I just end this? Real quick? All that really happens after that is they get to the game, and then my boy Amine, whatever his name is, he's just like
You sleep.
He falls
slept
asleep
through
on
the
the
whole
court.
thing.
He slept through the first, like he's just like he's not even gonna show up for the first half of the game. So the game starts and he's not there. And everybody's like, "What happened?" He's like, "He's a dick. He didn't show up. He'll be here for the second half." So they start playing the game. The other team shoots a three, and they're like, "We're not chumps, but we're gonna
They
play you
cold.
3-point
too."
tip.
Yeah, they do them, and then the
the
episode,
other freshman's a sharpshooter.
So then the episode pretty much ends right
Yeah,
there.
it's like, hey, you
Yeah.
lucky if y'all even get to see him. Like, we not no
Yeah, 'cause
hoes.
they were
like,
like,
we really
they,
about to
they
put
said
it
they
on
were
y'all.
like, yo, let's run these
We
motherfuckers
practice.
up.
Yeah,
let's
Siren
run the
was
score
like-
up on these dudes
Yep.
before our old dude comes in the second half,
like,
so
you
we
think
have
it's
some
that
cushion.
easy, huh?
And they were like, y'all think y'all just gonna run the score up on us? Fuck out of here, bro.
So all right, so I have some questions.
Yeah.
So I thought this would be a fun question because we've met we've met how many players from the Miracle? 4?
3.
Oh.
Other than Kuroko.
Kuroko's 4.
Yeah, Kuroko's 4, but 3 other than Kuroko.
All right, so the fun question I had was if we were to assign.
Ah,
Yeah.
This is my question, bro.
Oh, was your question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say if we were to say if we had to pick who are we on each one of those 4, like which one is who? Who do we say is who?
My question was slightly different. It was like, what power would you choose?
No,
But-
I say not choose. Like I say personality-wise and what we know of each other. Like for me, it's easy. The low-hanging fruit. There's Kuroko right over here.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I do like Kuroko. The show's like just okay for me, but I like Kuroko as
Yeah, I
a
like
character. He's
Kuroko.
cool.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You-
Oh, so you're gonna
can-
assign? You're gonna assign who you
Who
think we
you-
are?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you see Rob punching somebody in the face?
Yes.
I can
It's
see
happened
it.
a couple times.
I
I
don't
can see
think
it.
I don't see Rob just punching somebody in the
I-
face.
like,
unless he
but
gets
I'll
like
say
holding
this.
his
If you want to
ball.
see Rob hurt somebody, give him a frisbee. Shit gets real.
Fuck off. I'm not going to get into that here.
You play ultimate frisbee?
No. That's a story I will tell you off the air.
Okay.
Damn, he felt that in his.
y'all
I
see
felt
how
that
he reacted
like
to
that.
that?
Felt,
Yeah,
that
fuck off. Next.
That came from it. Fuck off.
Love you, Rob.
That
So
shit came
I'd
from
say,
his soul.
well, I think the new Jordan guy is going to be hard to place with any of us, to be honest. Because I would say that it would be the sharpshooter would be you, and you'd be the
weird.
copycat dude.
Oh, Keithman.
Yeah. So, and I don't think I'm the Jordan guy, so I don't think he really fits anybody. I
No,
don't know
you're
if
still the defensive
The
dude
defensive-
from.
Yeah, I'm still him.
You're still him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's no chump. So
Yeah,
Nah.
he's skinhead.
It's funny because my thing was I had a jumper in high school. Like that was my thing was having a jump shot. So I mean I was gonna say what powers would you want to have? That was my question. Like
I take the defense.
you take the defense. Like
I would
if-
take it so like
out
I
of
can
all the
literally
powers you can have, you don't even gotta have the one that's been assigned yet. It could be something that you
defense and rebounds. Rebound man gets paid. Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dennis
Kawhi
Rodman.
Leonard's not necessarily a rebound guy.
Yes, he is.
He's a defense guy.
He's a defense
Yeah, but
guy.
I'm saying Kawhi Leonard gets like 9 rebounds a game.
But when I can think defense, when I think
As a
rebound
small
guy,
forward, that's extremely impressive.
But I'm saying, like, when you think of Kawhi Leonard, the top 3 things that come to mind is not defense.
It's
not rebounding.
it's defense, probably basketball IQ, and just overall will to win.
Yeah,
I
and
would
just
say.
having a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So you'll pick defense, Brennan?
I would pick pick defense and rebounds. Yeah. I mean, just because every team needs that. Everybody always wants to have somebody that could shoot the
You
lights
want a
out.
Patrick Beverly, you want a dog on the defensive end.
Yeah.
No,
Every
I'm
team.
saying like
yeah.
if you have somebody that could stop or shut down almost anybody on the court, you could argue that's the most valuable player on the court.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
won't
saying?
argue with that at all.
That's it. So for me, it's like if I had to pick one thing I could do, is like I'll shut down whoever the other best player is on that team. Shut them down. And it's just like, and I'll get rebounds. And it's just like, that's super useful.
I was
Because
gonna
could
say
have
I
a
was
bunch of-
saying one thing because it's not fair to have two because two things would.
All right, I'll
make
take
you-
defense. I'll take defense to be able to shut anyone down.
Okay,
Like shut them down, wear them out. It's like any team wants that on their team.
Rob, what would you want? What?
I mean, I like the assist game's great. I like shooting 3-pointers would be pretty cool. Usually when I build like a my career player, I usually jack up the 3-point stats.
Everybody does that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah. Assist threes would be pretty cool. I like the jump shot.
Jump shot.
Yeah.
Ice.
I think I would do. I'm trying to think. It's a cross between like I'm thinking like either basketball IQ or stamina. I think mine would be stamina. Like I can just go forever and I can do everything forever and I just fucking run you into the ground and I can play 48 minutes.
It's stamina, but it's not gonna be everything.
Hmm?
So it's one thing. It's not like you ain't gonna be to have stamina and mad skills. It's one thing.
I mean my I mean if I'm a decent player and my stamina is unmatched, I'm just gonna run my person to the ground off ball. Yeah, that would be mine. I can just go forever.
I was gonna say like Rob, because I feel like in the same way Brendan says defense, I think same thing with shooters. Shooters get paid. Every team needs a shooter. Every team needs a player that can spread the floor. I mean, Steph has changed the game, but everybody always gets to. Kyle Korver has a job still.
Oh yeah,
facts.
Bruce Bowen had a job for a long time. You know,
Yeah,
Ray Allen
Kicking people in the
Bruce
nuts.
Bowen
He's defensive
was
league, too.
known for his
Defense
defense
also,
more than
yeah.
his shooting.
And he known for kicking people in the nuts.
Yeah, Ray Allen played for a long time.
He did. You're right.
You know, got some chips. So I mean, I think
Robert
it would be-
Horry, D-Fish.
Ori.
Yeah, I wouldn't call defense a shooter.
He's
but
just a clutch shooter.
yeah.
Side note: did y'all know that James Harden averaged 36 points a game last season?
Yeah,
Mm.
he's balling. Even if you don't like his style of play, I 100% get. If people don't like his style
But
of
like
play,
the second
I get it.
Gets
person
buckets.
had 28.
James Harden was a beast.
how many of them from the free throw line?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
Excellent
good.
question.
that
11.
whole- yeah.
At least 11.
You don't
I
like
think.
James Harden, that's right.
Not a
I'm
big
not a
fan.
fan of James either.
I think it's 11 points. 11 points with the free throw line.
But either way, I just threw that out there because I was just like looking at the stats, and Kawhi Leonard averaged about 8 rebounds. He's number 38 in the league for that.
Yeah. So all right. So what do you guys give these
Oh
5
yeah,
episodes?
our points, our average. You go first this time. I had to go first last time.
Okay. For me, I think what did I say 6,500 last time? Forgot what I said last time.
No, you said
Cameron,
five.
You were lower
I
than
said
that.
no, I was
Cameron, you know what he
It was
said
a
last
flat
time? Huh? Keenan, what did Keenan say?
5,500.
Cameron keeps our scores, guys. So if anybody ever needs to know the stats, at Stickman Studios on Instagram, he has all the numbers. It's STIKMAN Studios on Instagram.
Is that because you're skinny?
Cameron might be the Kuroko because he's the invisible one.
That's
Yeah.
just
Off to
passing
the
it
side.
out everybody. Yeah.
So what did he say? All right, 4,500.
I honestly, I feel like I would stay the same. If anything, I may drop 100, like 44.
44.
But
okay.
it's not. Yeah, it's not
Ice.
changing.
Andre 3000.
3,000 straight.
Yeah,
Got
straight.
it. All right. No explanation needed there.
Rob,
Rob?
I'll bring. I think I went up to a 5,000 last week. I'm gonna give this 4,000. Seems about right. 4,000.
went up. Oh,
You went
Rob
up? What do you have last week?
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna say
yeah.
I thought I had 5,000 last week.
All right. I mean, I'm just gonna ride the wave here. I'm gonna say 4,200.
4,200.
Yeah, I'm just
I
riding
feel
the
like
wave.
we're playing the prices right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1.
Yeah, $1.
Yeah. So
Brendan's a $1 better.
Yeah, of course.
I hate this show. So yeah, that's it, guys.
I mean, I mean, to close it out, I will say I don't hate the show, but we talked about before. I would not watch it. If y'all
Never.
didn't pick this, I wouldn't be watching it.
Nope.
Same.
Y'all
Yeah.
going 0-2 because I don't see this.
I hope you're enjoying our pain.
Yeah. Y'all probably laugh.
If you're watching the YouTube right now, this is on YouTube. If you're watching that right now, I'm looking you in the eyes. I hope you're enjoying this.
Yeah.
Because I am not.
I mean, honestly, now too, I think we've watched more bad shows than good ones.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
We watch more bad shows and great ones.
Yeah, for sure. But I
We
mean,
would probably only watch
think
like
greatness by definition is going to be rarer than.
Yeah, I
just
know, though.
bad
But we've
shit.
seen a lot of good stuff, though.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot. I think it's either even or bad is winning.
I'd say
all right,
good's winning.
Gangster, Goblin Slayer,
Okay,
this,
that's too bad. That's 3 bad.
Evangelion.
Evangelion,
All right, I didn't think about 4. Well, then we have.
Samurai Champloo.
I don't count that. I don't count that. That does not count.
That's an even split because I kind of changed mine on that.
Okay, 4.
Okay, so then
So
on
we
the
got
positive side, we have Mob Psycho,
Mob Psycho,
Demon Slayer,
Demon Slayer,
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Hakusho.
I'd say Megalobox.
Megalobox.
Yeah,
That's 4.
split.
It's pretty
With
close.
something I'm missing.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know how
y'all.
We did One Punch Man, too, didn't
Oh,
we?
and One Punch Man.
One
All right,
Man.
and the good
Yeah.
side wins. Like I said.
It got it. We did something else that wasn't any good.
No, we didn't. do
No, we
anything
did.
else.
No, it is more good because we did.
If you would have counted Samurai Champloo, but if I didn't change, that would be 5.
that'd
it'd
be 5.
to
But then
5.
what's the name of Kill la Kill?
Kill la
Kill
Kill is
la
good.
Yeah,
Kill
Kill
la
la
Kill.
Kill is all right.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
On the back end, more recently, I guess we can say.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
recently it's been
we've
it's been
been
rough.
we've been on a rough streak.
yeah, we've been
Yeah.
through a rough patch.
I think it's since Mob
Demon-
Psycho has been down.
Yeah, Demon Slayer is the only thing that put us back up.
Oh yeah, Demon
And
Slayer.
then other than
Demon Slayer.
that,
Demon
it's
Slayer is the
really
highest rated show we've seen thus far. We
Yeah,
haven't
people have
rated
been
it
coming
thus
for Demon Slayer. In
Hey,
the
I think, and
Instagram
so for
chat.
my closing thought is that I think what we should do for our next interlude episode is go back and actually rate all the other shows that we watched before, so we could
Okay.
put our numbers out there and say why we did that
Okay. I'm
and
down
how
with
we
that.
rated them.
That's cool.
All right.
I would have to watch Yu Yu Hakusho over.
just for season 1.
Yeah.
All right. So drop yourself. Go ahead, Brennan.
We could just listen to our episodes. Oh yeah, I'm at Mr. Producer Face on the gram, and I am at Brennan Edwards Official on Facebook.
Make sure y'all watch Curse of Akakor.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah,
Make
check
sure y'all
that
out.
watch
Yeah.
that. That's
You don't need
He's
to.
a city
We're in the
slicker.
home stretch.
Yeah.
Little city slicker.
We're
Yeah.
actually halfway there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Remember, I just recorded the episode, and I was just like, "Yo, we're halfway there." There's 12
Episode
episodes.
7 is halfway there.
It's like
Yeah.
the one episode
Yikes.
past is 12 episodes.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Watch
We're in
it.
the home stretch.
Yeah, watch it. Yeah.
Past halfway. I don't know.
All right, thanks,
All right,
Rob.
whatever.
It's a good show. Brendan's great in it. So go
Well,
ahead,
thank
Rob.
you.
Yeah, Brendan is definitely my favorite part of the show. At RV Danger on Instagram, RV Danger 44 on Twitter.
Hit him up.
Nice.
The eye exam, THEIYEXAM. Shout out to the guy that added me on PSN, but we don't have any of the same games, so I can't really challenge you. But anybody else want that FPS?
I
smoke?
know more of y'all got that. Got the screen names, bro.
Yeah,
More
Ice Daddy 314. Pull up on me. I'm currently playing Borderlands, but I'll hop into some Duty or Overwatch if y'all want to smoke.
Yeah, I know more of y'all got video games, bro. So y'all need to hit them up and show us
Ain't
y'all
nobody
got
worried
this,
about
y'all with
y'all.
the smoke. Me, Keenan Baker on everything. Yeah, everything's good with me. So listen to my podcast, What's the Hook, also. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of AnimeSHUN. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
And so anime was solved forever.